Okay, we're all set finally for the first league match of the season between Nathan Blewitt and Dawid Melnarowicz. I just got to find the match. It was here a second ago. Here it is. This is from the European leagues. Both these players are brand new players. And haven't played before. See what Felix is up to. So we've got a mono red player that's, I believe, Dawid. Dawid's at the bottom of the screen. He's from Poland, and Nathan at the top is Australian. Looks to be a kind of a blue-black control build. And he can only play a tap land and pass. You look at his lands there, he's very weak. He's leaning on that sensor quite a bit because he's going to, this stage, miss his third land drop and he's got nothing to do. So we just switch back to Daryl's hand. David, sorry, I call him Daryl even during the tournaments. I continually call him Daryl, but his name is David. So he plays out that second hand, so now he's Nathan's going to be relying pretty heavily on the sensor to pick something up here. Negate, I don't think we'll have many targets from this deck, possibly a Challenger if Dawid's playing that main deck. Well, you see a pretty aggressive spell there, Invigorating Rampage. He'd be tempted to fire this off just to get the prowess for Soulscar Mage, but he's not going to. So just 4 damage coming through. So this is a big turn for Nathan. He needs to hit a land drop here. No land drop, and I think the match is going to go to... First game, sorry, is going to go to David. Or... Search for Skanta. What does he do? 2, 4, 6, 8 cards in hand. Does he hold up Sensor and Negate, or does he play out the Iskanta? Straight up blue-black, he's probably not going to have Henny's expertise, the board wipe, in the first game. He might have been tempted to cycle that Sensor at the end of the last turn as well. We have an issue here, is there? Oh, no, he says Xmage hates me. I think he's referring to the poor draws. So he discards Spell Swindle. Yeah, I think that card's going to be coming out pretty fast. So we see Dawid's up to 4, that's the magic number. Does he? Yeah, he's going to play Hazoret into the Sensor, so Nathan's going to get some value out of his Sensor here. He could have cycled it last turn. And he had the choice out of playing a Skanta or hold up the Sensor, so he's been rewarded. He's still going to take 4. And he still desperately needs a land. I'm going to be joined shortly by Felix Stanitzer, who's the defending European champion. 2 times, he's won the last 2 championships. I think he knows Dawid because Dawid plays in a number of our tournaments. Dawid's never played in a league. This is his first league season, but Nathan's an unknown entity for us. There's his third land. So is he going to hold up? Oh, disallows about. It was either Ascanta or disallow. I probably would have almost been inclined to play Ascanta there, because he really needs that fourth land drop. He's in big trouble if he doesn't hit it next turn. See what and as Felix joins us now. He basically has to disallow whatever Dawid's going to play here. In this case, the Invigorating Rampage.
Hello, Matthew.
Hi, Felix. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the sound is good now. This is standard game one.
Okay, alright.
Nathan's at the top of the screen and Dawid's at the bottom. Do you know how to pronounce his name?
No, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, it's a Polish name spelled D-A-W-I-D. I don't know if that's David or Dawid.
I would say Dawid, I think. So, if it would be Austrian, it would definitely be Dawid and not David, but I think in Polish it's also Dawid and not David, but I'm not sure.
So he's got lethal here if he goes for it. Nathan's missed a ton of land drops because he's holding up that disallow still. He missed a number of them. And, oh, you see Profane Precision. Okay, so he does have white and a Fumigate. He's just had terrible land draws.
Yeah, I can't see the hands by now, but I just requested.
Yeah, I don't see any way out of this for Nathan in game one.
So I think it's Dawid then, and not David.
Dawid. Dawid.
Yeah.
Sunscorched Desert did a point, but he's going to get in for 4 here.
Yeah, you can get even in for more with the Rampage. So I think Nathan is on Esper approach, probably.
Yeah, he hasn't. There's the. See if he bothers to. It's going to put Nathan to 1 regardless. The only thing that could possibly say, oh no, there's nothing. I was going to say Eugenie's expertise, but he's even a land short from playing that.
Yeah, if he draws a land, he can do Vasquez Contempt on the Karisev and then go up to 3 and take 1 from the Soulscar Mage next turn.
Yep, so he needs a black source. His only hope. See what he gets. No. So we're going to game 2 pretty quickly. That was over very fast. Let me check the stream time. 9 minutes.
Yeah, that was a pretty fast game 1.
Do you remember if Dawid played in the league last year, or was it just the cups that he played in?
No, he only played the cup. But in the cup he played Timur in standard. But that's banned now, obviously.
Yeah, so interesting. He's gone from Timur then to just the red aggro.
Yeah, and I don't even think that mono red is the best aggro. I would consider white red, so Jeskai, to be the best aggro deck, or even black red, Armado, but not mono red.
Yeah, and but it was interesting actually for us at SCG Philadelphia because Bob Debonese was playing our standard. So he was sitting next to me, and I think the first 4 or 5 games in a row he was facing red aggro every single time, and it got to the point where he was commenting to his partner like, "Oh, another red aggro deck."
Yeah, and I think the matchup for Grixis isn't even that good for also against the red deck, because I'm currently testing the Jeska aggro deck from Craig Crampers who top 8'd the SEG, and I'm really crushing the Grixis deck, so it's really hard to beat for them.
Is that Jeskai deck an aggro deck as well?
Yeah, it's the red-white deck, basically with 16 one-drops and half to metal, and
Yep,
only having a blue splash in the sideboard for negates.
yep. They're back with the match now. So Nathan's going to be on the play. Yeah, because he did a deck tech. It was
Yeah.
quite interesting the way he described it. You can see essence extraction there. I assume it's coming from the sideboard.
Yeah, but I think his hand's way too slow in the matchup, and that's why he mulligans.
Is he gonna? He hasn't. Yeah, he had the mulligan. Yeah, 3/6 drops.
Yeah, I think this hand is pretty keepable, even as it only has one interaction, but he
Yeah,
can scry and cycle the farmland.
yeah.
Something.
And I think he can't afford to go to 5.
Yeah, and David's hand looks pretty good.
Yeah, we just switched to David's hand. Yeah, it looks like a pretty standard aggro red hand. Early
Yeah,
threats, curving out at Glorybringer.
yeah, the grabbing is probably from the sideboard.
It looks like he's still thinking about this. He keeps. Okay. See what Nathan's going to do here. He's kept his 6.
Yeah, David also.
I'm just bringing up the teams, see what if these guys are playing in the teams as well. Teams. Okay, so neither of these guys are participating in the teams.
Okay.
So he's got the 1-drop. Let's see what card Nathan kept on the top here. Ixalan's Binding.
No, actually, Nathan's right at the bottom and
Oh,
David's right at the top. Yeah, and he is doing the turn 2 cycle.
I would guess desperately looking for that second black source.
Yeah.
And this is an identical start to game 1. Soulscar Mage into Kari Zev.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start from the red deck. And even has a haste threat on turn 3 with the Crasher.
Yeah, Nathan says this looks familiar. Yeah, unfortunately the crash is going to make it worse. He's going to
Yeah,
take
well,
7 next turn.
yeah, he drew another excellent extraction, but no black source yet.
So what do you think he does next turn if he doesn't get the black? Does he Ixalan's Binding a threat, or does he Hieroglyphic Illumination?
I think he has to cycle Hieroglyphic on the end step. I think he even had to cycle main phase in case he draws a Fetid Pools.
Yep, there he goes there. He cycled himself out of any white instant threats if he had them. Another Ixalan's Binding. So he's going to take
so now,
6/7 here.
yeah, and now he has to binding the Crasher. And Dawid even has the 4th land for Hazard next turn. So
I'm surprised he kept that spell swindle in there.
yeah, I think it's you shave on the expensive spells in the aggressive matchup.
See what he targets here. Karizev.
I don't think it was the correct choice.
Well, that kind of tells me he's not on a creature deck. Because you would take the Crasher if you're concerned about the exertion, but if he doesn't have creatures, he doesn't particularly care. Hazoret's going to come down.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would also take the Crasher in any other scenario because first of all, Crasher has haste. And so if he puts another Crasher, it can attack immediately. And second, Karisev is legendary, so you can only control one Karisev. And if there's one on the battlefield, he can cast a second copy.
Yeah.
So I think Crasher would have been the correct choice here.
Yeah, those both excellent points. What's he got? 5, 6 coming in. So he's going to drop to 6. So it's going to be lethal on board next turn. He does have the second Excellence Binding, but if Dawid finds a land here, he can actually win the match next turn.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty desperate for that second black source now.
Yeah, if he draws a non-black source, he maybe could. I think the only thing he has to do is to hope Dawid gets greedy and plays another spell, so he can spell swindle and then essence extraction. But he draws a tap then, so he can only bind in the Crasher and then take 3. And if he draws a land, he can Glory Bring, and otherwise he can still Hazard it. So I think Dawid has to miss on the land here. If Dawid draws a land, it's over.
Mm.
And Nathan needs to top deck Subtle Wreckage to deal with the Hazard.
Oh, he's got the land, so it's over. So
Yeah.
Dawid's going to win his first standard match 2-0. So either option here will do the trick.
Yeah, I think the red deck is pretty much favored in the control matchup. Even if it's 3 colored, so his mana base is way worse. If it would be like straight black-blue, he would have had the problems to cast the essence extractions. But he's opting for Esper. I don't think that you can really support the 3 color mana base right now without something like Treasure Map.
Yeah, so we're on to Modern pretty quickly. Let me just check the stream time. 18 minutes to get that standard game over.
Yeah, 9 minutes each.
So, and possibly of interest to you, you're now 4 points behind the leader in the league.
Oh no. Yeah, let me see what I can do tomorrow evening.
Just make sure my formulas have worked probably good.
I'm really curious what they're going to play in Modern, since it's like my favorite format right now to play.
Yeah, I think Nathan is more of a Modern player. When I was preparing for SCG Philadelphia, he actually helped me do some testing, and he had quite a few different decks. But he did mention he was thinking of brewing something for this league, so we'll see what he's come up with. Okay, waiting. They're about to start. Right, they're in their net. No, not yet. Yeah, they jumped into the.
Yeah.
They jumped into the group server, and there's actually some problems from Nathan's end. So, the group server might still need to be looked at, I think.
Okay.
I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see the matches started yet.
Yeah, me neither. And also, I was playing some limited today, and I played the expert from Oraska, which is the one in the blue bounce target non permanent. And if you have Ascend, you put it back on the top. And if you have Ascend, it's a May ability, so you can put it to hand or you can put it on the top of the deck. And Xmage doesn't support the May ability right now, so it's only put on the top.
Ah. Yeah, they were a little bit slow out the gates starting the last match as well. We had a delay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're talking about something, but I don't know. Do you already know if you have some time tomorrow to record my match?
Thursday, yeah, I should be able free on Thursday. I think I can't think of anything that I'm meant to be doing. What time is it on it?
It's 8 p.m., so 2 hours earlier than it's now.
Yeah, I should be. That shouldn't be a problem. What are these guys doing? 3 minutes. Okay,
No,
they
that's
started. Yeah. So it's Nathan on the bottom of the screen this time. He's our sole official Australian player. I'm also from Australia, but he's the first one that's actually based in Australia that's played in this league. So Dawid's on Affinity against Elves. Who's favoured in this matchup?
It's clearly Affinity.
You get 7 mana Regal Force. That's not standard though, is it?
No, it's not standard. It's even not standard in the Legacy version.
Yeah, I went to my local game store last night to play EDH, and I had that card. I played Villainous Wealth, which lets you steal the cards off the top of their deck, and I got a Regal Force. I'd never seen it before until last night.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can find it in some of the more casual decks or mono green decks. It's not so bad, but there are better ways to draw cards in green decks.
And I'm thinking in green black, it doesn't have mass artifact removal, does it? It'd be back to not back to nature. Nature's Claim. They'd have Nature's Claim. What else would Nathan be playing to deal with artifacts?
He's probably using the Elf Reclamation stage since it's an elf and can be hit by Collector Company. And they also use Factoring Gust in sideboard. So it's like for 5 mana destroy all artifacts.
Yes, I actually picked that up because I was playing Green-White Company at the SCG Philadelphia on the Sunday, which I didn't end up doing it, but I put one Fracturing Gust in my sideboard. But looking at David's hand here, he's got all the pieces he needs to win this match pretty quickly.
Yeah, turn 1 Steel Overseer. He would only need a Plating or Edge Champion. The matchup favors Affinity so much because you have you can dump your hand turn 1 and then you have like Plating or the Plating or Edge Champion, which the F deck can deal at least with game 1 with. Or you also have the Flying Infect, the Imp of Nexus, and Elves doesn't have any flyers, so it's pretty hard for them. At least they are probably really unfavored game 1, but if they have enough sideboard cards, they can win game 2 and game 3, but it's unlikely.
And you look at the pretty lackluster turn 1, you got 5 cards dumped on one side and against the Llanowar Elves on the other.
Yeah, and you even found a third land so we can deploy Signal Pest and Ravager this turn.
And tap the Steel Overseer.
Yeah, and swing for one of the Ornithopter.
Yeah, I think that Arcbound Ravager means there's not even a possibility of a damage race here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts.
I mean, if Nathan can find another 1 mana elf, he could accelerate to 3 mana, then he would normally play the Archdruid, but He needs the black mana to cast the Shaman, and Heritage Druid only makes green mana, so...
So why did Dawid tap the Steel Overseer without playing the Ravager out there? And not even play the Ravager, actually.
Maybe he forgot about his Opal, I don't know, but... That doesn't make any sense to me. The F deck has no Wrath of God effect, and even if it would main but Rex Sages, then he could still just sack the Ravager in response and make the other creature huge, so...
Well, he's going to have a turn 3 Collected Company, but... He's got the Heritage Druid.
Yeah.
Can he actually do it this turn? He can tap those three. No, he's one short.
Yeah. Normally, if you have this start, you're going to play the average Archdruid turn 2, which gives all elves +1/+1, and can tap for a green for each elf you control. And if that survives, you win the game in turn 3 most of the times.
He does have 2 Shaman of the Pack, so if he could survive a couple of turns here, and the fact that Dawid hasn't played out that Ravager would give him hope. Because Company's going to presumably hit 2, which will give him 5 elves. Play 2 Shaman of the Packs is 10 damage.
Yeah, sure, but I think Shamans are better when they get off Company to get both triggers and they both counter, but you want to play mana producing elves on turn 1, 2, and 3, and then do Company or Atsuri on turn 4 most of the times.
You can see a tap here, he's going to get in for 4 at least.
Yeah,
But
it looks like 4.
But that Regal Force looks really bad sitting there in the hand for 7 mana. Oh, he's attacking with the Steel Overseer.
That's another play I wouldn't make. He's offering a trade.
I think this will be the fastest double block you've ever seen in your life. Oh, he doesn't block. I think Dawid dodged a bullet there. Another...
Yeah, I mean...
He could actually... 1, 2, 3... Yeah, if he had another land, he could have accompanied twice here.
Yeah. But I think he didn't block because he could just sack Archborn Ravager, like Mox Opal or Spinach down Archborn Ravager and make the OC survive.
And also he's probably thinking of Company next turn.
Yeah. So he needs to hit a good Company to survive. I think like double average Archdruid. I don't know if you listened to the interview I made with Wim on Monday, but I already said that some European players are like really casual, so I don't think Dawid is pretty familiar with Affinity.
He's doing this main phase here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the correct choice to main phase Copa here, because if you hit, yeah, he would need to hit the Binance Elite, which makes the 2/2 and a 1/1, so he could activate the Heritage Druid another time and cast another Company. Yeah, he says well played. I think so it definitely was the correct play to main phase the first Collected Company.
Yeah, you're just mentioning about European players playing casually. The other thing with Dawid, he actually ran our vintage tournament recently, didn't he? So he plays a bit more of the fringe formats. I think he plays not constructed, draft as well.
Yeah, I actually lost to him in the vintage tournament. he was playing the workshop, so also Affinity, vintage Affinity. And I played the Oath of the Druid combo deck, which you give your opponent a 1/1 and then mill until you find a creature and cast it. So you get 3 Bristlebrands and Inferno Titans, and you run 3 creatures, and it mills you until you hit a creature. And I had 2 creatures in my hand, and in both games, the last card in the deck was the creature, so I died next turn before I could have even attacked.
You see here again, he taps the Steel Overseer before dropping the Memnite. Is this lethal? 2, 5, 3, 6, yeah, 9, 10. Yeah, it's lethal on board, so he has to block here.
Yeah.
He can actually, I was about to say, he could have used the Ravager and moved the counters, and it would have been
Yeah, he could
lethal,
have
I
actually.
think.
Yeah, because it's 5, 7 damage coming through, and then +2 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it could have been lethal. If you played the main knight pre-combat, it would have been lethal.
Yeah, Nathan says what though? I think he was a bit confused with the playing of the Mem Knight at that point.
Oh, he thought the overseer blocked. The overseer was tapped before combat.
Yeah, this is very way too late. I think he was looking for that other elf that, when you play a green spell it untaps.
Metal Sentinel.
Yeah, they usually like to get that out turn 1, don't they?
Yeah, it's you play like turn 1 Metal Sentinel, then turn 2 2 1-drops, which one of those is Heritage Druid, and tap all of them for 3 mana, and then play the Archdruid turn 2 and tap Metal Sentinel, and next turn you have like 8 mana already, so you can cast like Coco and Coord, or double Coco, or Coco and Tsuri from my hand. So if they have a turn 2 Archdruid, it gets pretty explosive on turn 3.
Well, this is, I don't believe there's any way out here because he's got 2 Ornithopters that he can put Overseer counters on, which will be lethal.
Yeah, it's already lethal with Signal Pest.
And it'll be interesting to see what Nathan has in the sideboard. I hope he's got more than Reclamation Sages.
Yeah, maybe Fatal Push for black, but I don't know why you would play green black elves now. You should play green white because there's the Druid Vizier combo, which gives like so many free wins where you just win on turn 3 and activate its ability a million times.
You can see here he's a turn short from... Oh, is he a turn short? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. He's a turn or a creature short from being able to win this turn.
Yeah.
Too bad the Shaman doesn't gain you life as well.
That card would be busted.
Yeah, so just a turn short. He's going to just play it out to demonstrate.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, no way to 2 elves short. So you mentioned earlier, if he found that Dwynen's elite, he probably would have got there.
Yeah, because he could have also cast the Coco last turn because he had 3 elves. So he could have slammed the Regal Force this turn or Atsuri and both Shamans.
We have seen some misplays from Dawid, so maybe he doesn't attack correctly here and we have another turn. We'll wait and see. His draw for the turn was Unetched Champion, so it just...
Yeah, just to put the nail on the coffin, he activates the Steel Overseer again. As it wasn't enough before already.
See,
Yeah, Nathan White's well played.
way too many attackers there, so we're going to go to a game 2. Oh, I just noticed DE is actually upgraded to version 2 now on the server.
Ah yes, so is version 2, yeah.
They've upgraded the server about 3 or 4 times in the last 3 days. Okay, so Daryl's taken... I always call him Daryl, I apologised for that at the start. David has taken game 1, and he's currently on a sweep. He hasn't lost a match yet. He hasn't lost a game in this match. So fingers crossed here. Oh, there's Dylan Magica is playing on the server, I noticed as well. He's got 3 days of testing.
On the DE server.
Yep, he's on modern, so I'll just drop in and see what he's playing.
What's his?
He's on green black up. His name's Dylan. Green black against Tron, who's just dropped a Khan. He had 2 Thought Seizers. And he's getting salty. He says, "Come on."
Yeah, it's.
We better get
Tron
back.
Tron's like the worst matchup for Green Black Rock. So.
These guys are still sideboarding.
Yeah, so
Where's the match?
Dawid is going to bring in Welding Charles to fight the artifact destruction, and if he has it either in here per ether grid to use 2 artifacts to shoot an elf, and Breath Digger's Cage to prevent him from cocoing or to black God of Coring, and Nathan looking for artifact destruction mainly in form of Reclamation Sage and Factory.
So, do you think that Nathan can win this match from here? Oh, we've lost Felix for a moment. Yeah, he mentioned the Reclamation Sage. That's pretty standard sideboard for elves as they're back now. I just hope that for the sake of a good match he has something more. He's kept his hand. Let's have a look what he's on. Oh, he's got the Azuri. Okay, Nessaravan. Interesting plays here. So he's got 2 Minor Accelerators into the and the Heritage Druid, so he does have the explosive start that he wants. Dawid only has 1 threat, the Vault Scourge. He did bring in the Thought Seize, that's interesting. And a Surgical Extraction, so by the looks of it, Nathan's only going to get 1 Coco here. Felix, oh okay, I was going to say your mic was muted.
Yeah, my parents stepped into my room. I have to turn off my computer now. Sorry, I have to go now.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
We'll just switch over to Dawid's here. He can dump his hand here. I suspect he's just calculating how to do that. It has to be the Ink Moth into the Springleaf. I think he had to play this. Oh, Springleaf second, can tap Springleaf with the Vault Scourge for the Signal Pest. So he doesn't actually have. Yes, it's going to have to be turn 2 to get. Springleaf is going to get him the coloured mana. But that's the sort of start that Nathan wanted to see on the other side. Well, this is interesting, this Nessaravan can actually play it out next turn. Look, I'm assuming he's only going to use that gain 2 life for each elf to try and just beat him with life gain, but he doesn't have any blockers to protect it. So essentially it's just a short-term life gain spell. So again for Dawid here, he can get the coloured mana from tapping the Volt Scourge, but he wants to get the he'll be saving that for Azuri. That's the only viable target in the deck that he wants to go after. He can Galvanic Blast the Azuri, then Surgical Extraction to remove it. So access to 3, 4, 5, 6 mana here. He actually did that really well. I thought he could have played out the Azuri, I think, if he tapped the 2 Heritage Druids and the Azuri. Oh no, sorry, the Nissa. Tapped the 2 Heritage Druids and the Azuri for 3 mana, then tapped the Llanowar Elf for another mana. Played out Nissa. So he's got 1 card left. It's going to be interesting to see how Dawid plays this, because he can take it with that Thoughtseize. Or he's got 2 Thoughtseizes now. But each champion here is going to be a roadblock against everything. So he's got a number of options. He can either take the last card with Thoughtseize, he can Galvanic Blast the Azuri, because Azuri is going to be a big threat next turn. I think that's probably the line. Or he can put the each champion as a blocker. But I think Azuri's the priority here. This is not the sort of start, anyway, that Dawid would have wanted. Very slow and clunky. Nathan hasn't seen any of his sideboard cards. So he decides on the Thoughtseize. He's going to take the Nissa, but now he is open to Azuri. Yeah, he's disappointed he's lost his... But there's no play here for Dawid. You don't want a surgical extraction that necessary, because how many of them does Nathan have? So Nathan's playing off the top of his deck now. Oh, that's a good draw. If you want to play off the top of your deck, that's a good one to find. He's going to do it main phase in case he hits the Lord. And he's looking in pretty good shape, but I think this collector company is going to get eaten by surgical extraction here. There's the Lord and a Shaman, so 2, 4, 6, 7 damage coming through. And he's actually got lethal on board when he swings here. He could actually activate 1, 2, 3. No, he's short of activating. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can get 4 mana. He needs 5. But he's Dawid's gonna have to give up the Volt Scourge. And also it means the Shaman is going to be lethal off the top as well. So he just concedes there. So we're going to go to a game 3. So there's going to be no sweep here for Dawid. Just find the match. Where are we? There. Sideboarding. I'm surprised that they take so long to sideboard for the third match. We still have the Legacy Showdown to come after this. Just checking the stream time. Currently we're at about 48 minutes. So with that win, Nathan actually picks up his first league point. Because Dawid won standard 2-0, Dawid picks up 4 points, and Nathan failed to pick up a point, so that's a big point, his first one, off the mark. Okay, so we're back for the deciding match now. This hand, I think he looks like he might have to ship that one. See what's going on the other side. Nathan's got this funny sort of life gain plan going on. Oh, Dawid kept. I'm a bit surprised there. I'll just look at his hand again. 1, 2. Okay, so the Mox Opal is going to get turned on here. He can also play the Volt Scourge. Yeah, so actually this is not a bad hand. Don't know what I was looking at. But he's 2 turns away from running out the cranial plating and equipping it. The awkward thing here for the Elves deck is this is a life gain card, the Essence Warden, but he doesn't want to be doing that on turn 1. I think he wants to Llanowar Elves. Because this might be a bit... He's going to go the Essence Warden here, but I think that's a bit slow, that line. Because cranial plating coming down here is going to be a beating. Oh, and the Arc, so he's got 2 of the big 3. So you can just punch in for 1. But that cranial plating, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts this turn. 3 its champion's not what you want. Equip the cranial plating to the Vault Scourge, and there's a beating coming here. So 6-1 coming in 2, 4. +1 for each artifact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, plus the 1 that he's got. Yeah, that's right. So he plays it. It's probably going to be a 2-turn clock if he can find another artifact here. Plus he's gaining life from that. So the Elves player in big trouble now. He can collect the company into hopefully a Reclamation Sage for his sake. Here we go. I think he's on Reclamation Sage, or he'll have 1 more shot at it next turn. Down to 11 life. The Essence Warden not doing its job. Well, he finds a Visionary. So he's got the Archdruid, which is the... But even a swing here is coming in for 5. He can't... it's going to negate the Vault Scourge by the Vault Scourge's... It'll be negated by the Vault Scourge's own life gain. Be interesting here to see if Nathan plays Legacy Elves as well. So what's the draw for the turn? Oh, he's got a Vault Scourge, so that's going to give him the extra artifact to make it a 2-turn clock. Although he had the Ravager as well. I think you run the Arcbound Ravager out here, just in case he has a removal spell you can stack in response. Yeah, Nathan's saying that lifelink though. He didn't run out the before combat, so it's still going to be a 2-turn clock, but it's a point of damage missed. He needs to find a Reclamation Sage next turn or it's game over. You can see he's up to 26 life, so all that damage from the elves has done nothing. And this is the other problem. Nathan's gonna collect a company here, get 2 more life at least, put him up to 10, so those points of damage do matter. I think you can't run this out here because he's just going to die to cranial plating. I mean, it's going to give you 5 life, but it's just buying 1 turn. I'd be going for the Reclamation Sage from the collected company. That's a good play. He plays the Sentinel out first, just in case he hits the black-green elf from the company. You can see the life total is starting to creep up. He's going to get to up to 11 here, assuming he hits 2 targets from the company. It's still a 2-turn clock, but I think he can swing in this turn. I would, yeah. He's got to cast the company now, just in case he hits the Archdruid. He can play that second Archdruid as well from the first Archdruid. Yep, there's a Shaman and an Azuri, so 2, 4, 6, 8 damage coming through. He's going to drop Dawid to 18. Is there going to be enough on the board next turn for Azuri to get the damage done? And is that enough life gain? He goes to 11. I don't... because the Arcbound Ravager is going to be able to... Okay, that's a nice play. He probably could have swung that Sentinel first and played this Nissa after attacks. This is OTK. I don't know what OTK stands for. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So he's going to gain how much life here? 2 life for each elf. Wow. So he's going up 18 life here. Forget about the turn. I think elves might have this one. Yeah, he's up to 30, and Azuri's going to get in next turn. So suddenly the Vault Scourge has to kill that Nissa Ravan, or Ravani, or however you say it. He doesn't even bother attacking. I think he thinks he can get it done in one turn. Let's see what's on the other side for Dawid. Nothing going on there. 3-itch champions. So yeah, I think Nathan's actually come back and got this one. I think Nis has pulled him out of a hole, just as I was questioning Nis's role in this deck. I don't think there's a way out of this for Dawid. He can take Nissa down this turn, but I think he definitely needs a removal spell for Azuri. Bit of a stall here. He's hasn't even looked at his card that he's going to draw. That's not going to do it. Each champion can chump block somebody. But how much damage is coming through if they all get +3/+3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's at least 27 damage in pump plus their existing power. I think it's more than enough. He can only get to 25 if Volt Scourge takes down Nissa this turn. So I think Nathan's got this one in the bag. Yeah, and Dawid's going to concede here. Call it good game. Just crunching the numbers, I can see no way out of this. If he top decked a removals a Galvanic Blast for Azuri, I could get behind playing on, but I just don't see how it's possible now. Yeah, so there's a chump blocker, but Azuri's going to give everybody trample. So Volt Scourge has got to hit Nissa here. Oh, he doesn't. Nissa's going to get him another 18 life. He's going to go to nearly 50 life. See what the draw is for the turn. It's an Elvish Visionary. Off the top. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to finish up here. Legacy's going to be tomorrow. So this will be the last match for the night. See what the card draw is from the Visionary. Heritage Druid, or it's going to get him 2 more life from Nissa. He doesn't have a Heritage Druid out either, so it's going to enable him to tap an extra 3 for Azuri. So monster pump coming here. The Archdruid's going to tap a ton of mana. 2, 4, 6, 8. Why is he tapping now? I mean, he doesn't matter, it's a minor point, but he should have waited for that Druid to resolve first. And just wait till we see the size of these things. One, two, three, 4 Azuri activations. It's going to be +12 for each, and trample. So Nathan picks up his first points in the league in Modern. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers, all 15 power. A plus of this is going to put him to 55 life. They're all going to get in, all tramplers, more than enough, and that will be a good game. And thank you for watching. Legacy will be tomorrow. It has been quite an entertaining match. Standard was a bit lopsided, but it's good to see two kind of different decks here. Two very sportsman-like players as well. And -92 will get the job done. So thanks for watching.